So in this video, we are going down to Chandler's Wildlife to see his new albino snapping turtle. We're going to talk about purchasing more animals at the Orlando Repticon Expo. And then we're going to head back to Holt Nurseries and plant multiple palm tree gardens. Let's take a look. You know, I love your place. In fact, I want to have a place similar to yours, except for maybe no venomous snakes.
I think your place is already like my place, if not better. I still haven't been to your place in person, but from the videos I've seen, it's badass. Yeah. So, like, it's a beautiful tropical garden.
And I don't have my permits, so maybe no crocodilians.
Well, you can always get every other exotic, crazy reptile you can get without a license. You're working on it. Maybe get some Aldabra tortoises. Maybe get some. You already got an albino snapping turtle coming. Maybe get a couple lizards, little by little. You know, my new albino snapping turtle.
He's looking for food, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just checking everything out. I just gave him a bunch of worms this morning. He should be full, but maybe I should give him a little cut of Pinky Mouse or something. Do you want me to take him out? He's not a hatchling. He's definitely a couple months old, but check it out. This is an albino common snapping turtle. I've always wanted one, but ever since I was a little kid, they're super, super expensive. And just recently, in the last couple of years, they've dropped in price to like $1,000, $1,500. You can see he's beautiful. He's got the red eyes, common for the albinos, and they got that long neck. When I was a kid, I watched a lady at a sanctuary that I was volunteering at go up to a big common snapper that walked out of our pond on display. And she was much older, and I was a kid, so I didn't want to tell her what to do. I thought she knew more than me, so I was just like, yeah, you go ahead, you do that. She reached over to the common snapping turtle. She grabbed up on top of the shell, like I was saying you shouldn't do with them. That's only for gator snappers. And it literally almost bit her in front of me. I'm like, yeah, I was going to say, maybe that's not a good idea. But I was a 13-year-old kid, so I don't want to be rude.
When I was a kid and I didn't know any better, I'd be in the murky water and I'd reach down and I couldn't even see it. And I'd feel for the shell and pick it up like this.
Oh, yeah, that's how we had to find our gator snapper. It was a murky pond. We had to figure out where the head was. Usually with a stick, not our hands.
Thank you so much for turning me on. So mine's coming next week.
We're going to be albino snapping turtle bros.
We're
both going to have the siblings.
Hey, you know, tomorrow's Repticon, and I'm maybe going to buy another reptile tomorrow.
What are you going to get?
I want to get a black throat monitor.
Oh,
I don't know if they have one or not.
Those are one of my favorite monitors. They're one of my first big monitors I kept as a kid.
Text me. I'll meet you at Repticon if you can get there.
Yeah, I'll hit you up. Or
okay.
You hit me up, or I'll send the owl. The owl will have a letter attached to its ankle. If you can get your hands on the owl and get the letter back, you can write me back on that letter on the back, on the blank part, and then maybe you can try to capture him again, put the letter on his ankle, and tell him to come back to me, and maybe he'll listen. Speaking of which, do you want to put those plants in the caiman enclosure?
Yeah, let's go do it.
Yeah, let's go get that enclosure cleaned up because we're losing daylight.
Okay. So I wanted to go to this Repticon show in Kissimmee, but 3 days before the show, I broke my arm, dislocated my shoulder, tore my rotator cuff, was in the hospital, surgery, morphine, the whole thing. Got dismissed from the hospital, and my friend calls me and says, hey, there's this 14-inch Mata turtle you got to have here. I got out of surgery, and I came home, first day home, and there was a 14-inch Mata turtle.
What?
At the Repticon in Kissimmee.
Oh.
And I called the guy on the phone, and I was all out on meds and everything, and it was...
What'd you say to him? What'd you say to him on meds?
I just said I wanted to buy it, you know? I mean, 14 inches. It was spectacular. I heard that it was the best thing at the whole Repticon, because that Repticon is a smaller one than the one we're going to go to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be awesome.
So are you going to be looking for a Mata, or are you going to be looking for that guy to get a Mata?
I would like to get a Mata turtle. I'd like to get a black throat monitor. Hey, you're getting... Don't get all the perlite in the tank. See, you get the perlite in. It'll flood out though. You run the water, it'll all run.
Fuck, man.
It'll rush out.
Thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome, man.
Oh, Jordan's the best. Jordan's the best. I've been talking to Caesar once a week.
Who's Caesar?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
No, we're joking, Caesar. We love you. We love you.
We went out to Caesar's favorite restaurant today.
Without him.
Without him.
Yeah, that's what you get for messing up my yard, Caesar. No, I'm kidding. We love you, man. We love you, man.
Okay, we'll put the third one. Prehensile-tailed skink. You ever had one of those?
No, I haven't, but I have a friend who breeds them, so if you really want one, I could hit him up. Or
Let me see what a Euromastes, a prehensile-tailed skink, a blue-tongued skink, something. that I can hold.
Santa's got a wish list.
Maybe a big bearded dragon. Maybe.
Wait, say it again?
Maybe a big bearded dragon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I have.
You can find all that at the Reptile Expo. For me personally, I want one of those super red ones that are just old blood red all over. I had a guy offer me one years ago, and I was like, oh, let me get it when I move. And then the guy just went off social media, so I lost my chance.
Everyone at my place is against snakes. I don't know what it is.
At your facility?
At my facility.
Well, that's the great part about it being your facility. You can do whatever you want.
You know what? Someone gifted me my spiny-tailed iguana. It was right after we did the cobra video together. You remember we did planting the bamboo with the cobra?
Yes, all that bamboo that's thriving.
Yes. And then everyone thought I was bringing a cobra into the nursery.
Nah, not yet. Maybe.
No, not yet.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jordan. Awesome. Nice alocasia. And then what kind of banana tree did you say this was? So pretty.
Musa zebrina, or the bloodleaf banana.
I love this plant. Now, this plant looked so gorgeous when you first brought it over, and it's a little bit my fault why it's looking all bent over and whatnot. I just didn't have time to plant it.
Luckily, I have 20 of them.
Oh, bring those over too.
Okay. No, and we'll plant them the same day, and they need shade. If you don't give them much shade, the variegation fades.
Okay. Now my Cuvier's dwarf caiman have all this nice overhang. Give them nice places to hide. Once it gets bigger and bushier, they're going to love it. And believe it or not, there's 2 Cuvier's dwarf caiman in there. An adult pair.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chandler.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll be seeing you around. Maybe tomorrow if you get the...
I'm seeing you right now.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow if you get the... Where am I going tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm going to Universal. You can meet me up there. That would be a better vlog. Let's go to Universal.
Here we are. We're finishing our Mediterranean garden, or continuing to work on the Mediterranean garden. We started working on it during Hurricane Milton. We planted everything. We had to pull everything back out. Then Jim had to go and do hurricane cleanup. So finally, it's December 3rd. We're back here. We're going to finish planting 4 more of the Puerto Rican hat palms. It's a very rare palm. They're grown for a big, fat trunk. And if you see I'm wearing my jacket, it's 40 degrees today, and tomorrow morning it's going to be 39. So, you know, that's living in Florida, I guess. It's, I'm just grateful it's not 29. We just got finished planting the Puerto Rican hat palms. Got 5 on the left, 5 on the right. I can't wait till next spring. We're gonna plant all types of colorful stuff on the left and the right and the left. We're gonna have reds and yellows and purples. I'm gonna have a path right here, and we walk down the center path with these majestic Puerto Rican hat palms. And we're gonna come through here, and we're gonna end up on these Washingtonia robustas. I got 7 of them there, and I can't wait. Sometimes I think, why plant so many palm trees? But I do feel that you gotta take advantage of the situation when the situation arises. This is a Puerto Rican hat palm here. You can't find these anywhere. I mean, sometimes a collector will say they're $2,000 each, which is nuts. I got these for $400 each. It's a fantastic, fantastic plant. And it's completely cold hardy. I don't have to worry about it getting cold. I don't have to worry about it freezing. It should be here as long as I'm here, even longer. So what we're doing here is we are planting the frozen coconut, the Beccario Phoenix. I got 7 of them, about 20 feet tall, and we're gonna soften that greenhouse. We're gonna, you know, obviously the greenhouse isn't super attractive, so we're gonna put 7 Beccario Phoenixes up there, give it a tropical look. Beccario Phoenix, the most cold hardy feather palm. Common name is the frozen coconut. Looks very similar to a coconut. So we got 1 of them in the ground. We are planting them 14 feet on center. So I almost want the fronds to be touching. So we got 1 there. We got a 2nd one here. We have a 3rd one and a 4th one. Then we have some Livistona palms from an earlier planting. I wanna try to get some sort of a coverage here. And then we'll plant 3 more right here. 1, 2, 3. And that'll be 7 Beccario Phoenixes. So this is my latest planting at Holt Nurseries. What we have here, this is the Beccario Phoenix, the frozen coconut. I'm trying to make it look very tropical and very jungly here. And we have these planted 15 feet on center. And in the middle, I'm putting these Chinese fan palms. So I got Beccario Phoenix, Chinese fan palm 1, Chinese fan palm 2, another Beccario Phoenix. And we're also going to use some of these Majesty palms here. Now these Majesty palms are one of the quickest growing palm trees there are. This, I believe, is only like 2 or 3 years old from a seed, but they're not fully hardy here. So I got under the oaks here a little bit. I'm hoping that the oak trees are going to provide a little bit of relief from a frosty night, if we get a frosty night at all. This is the Majesty palm, so we're going Beccario Phoenix, Majesty palm, Beccario Phoenix. They told me when I purchased these, I told you they sometimes stress out, they sometimes die. So he told me to keep the heads tied up on the Beccario Phoenix until December 15th. This one here already opened up on me, so I hope it does okay and doesn't die or anything. This is one of my favorite palm trees, and it's hardy supposedly to 26 degrees. Well, this right here is the Baobab tree. It's from Africa, and it is considered the tree of life. It lives for thousands of years, and it is capable, when they get big enough, to store up to 1,000 gallons of water in the leaves and the trunks. And it is eaten by elephants and baboons and all types of animals. I don't know if it's true or not. I was told that this tree sells for $3,000. I bought it for $1,000 at the landscape show. Cost almost $1,000 to get it here. Now I got to send it down to my Fort Pierce garden because it holds so much water, it cannot freeze. And here in Apopka, Florida, it's 50-50 every winter whether or not we're going to get a freeze. And then it's a full sun plant, so I cannot plant it underneath my oak trees. I'm going to plant it in full sun in Fort Pierce. It's going down to Fort Pierce tomorrow. So this plant here, it loses all of its leaves in the wintertime. And that's what you see here. This plant is very much alive. At least I hope it's alive. And it's gonna resprout new leaves in the springtime. I looked it up on my phone. These trees get 25 meters tall and 25 meters wide. So that's 82 feet. So they get 82 feet tall, 82 feet wide. I also found that the circumference of the trunk is 82 feet. That means if I wrap my arms around the trunk, forgive my broken shoulder, if I wrap my arms around the trunk, it would be 82 feet in circumference. Here we are in front of the Baobab Tree. We planted it in the ground. It went from the Orlando Convention Center up to Apopka, spent the whole summer in Apopka, went from Apopka down here to Fort Pierce, and it has its forever home here in the ground. Okay. We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.